into Sports Orbit. My name is Afa Cho and Salifu Usman is also here with me. Salifu, welcome to Sports Orbit.
Thank you, Alpha.
All right, we'll begin straight from the camp of the Flying Eagles, where the Flying Eagles skipper that is talking about Bameyi was actually suspended for the upcoming quarter-final clash on Thursday, and in his place, Abel Ogwuche will be a replacement for the skipper Daniel Bameyi in that encounter against Uganda on Thursday. He missed that encounter after he picked up his second booking in the group stage of the tournament against Mozambique. Ogwuche will play alongside Benjamin Frederick in central defense while Bameyi is suspended. Coach Ladamposo had initially considered Trailbox FC Ace to partner Bameyi in the heart of defense before he eventually opted for Benjamin Frederick after he built a great understanding with the Flying Eagles in training camp since last year. Nigeria will take on the Young Cranes of Uganda on Thursday in Ismaila, with the winners advancing to the under-20 of the AFCON. So a replacement coming in for the suspended captain of the under-20 AFCON in person of Abel Ogwuche, and hopefully he'll be able to, fill in those shoes and do well and ensure that the skipper is not too missed in that all-important quarter-final clash.
Yeah, without your last statement, captured all. Most important is not about coming in, but about he has a big shoe to fill.
Exactly.
And we hope that he shouldn't be under any other pressure to fill that vacuum that was created by the absence of Bameyi.
Yeah.
Bameyi has proved himself as a leader of the team, and definitely he will be greatly missing. But we hope that a young lad that is coming in his place is also an opportunity. Sometimes it is also an opportunity to show yourself that yes, you can also do it better.
Exactly.
We may have hoped that Bameyi is the perfect person for that position, but he now the only slice of him to also prove to the coach and prove to Nigeria that yes, he is also better than Bameyi. You say, in as much I'm not wishing Bameyi to lose his position. But what the coach all the coach wanted and all Nigeria wanted to see is a great performance. And if he proves that, if he shows that he can also perform better, who said Bameyi cannot sit on the bench, but we all wish to. But it will give a coach more options and more alternatives that will also swing. So the onus lies on the young guys to prove himself.
Exactly. I mean, we can only hope that most times when a top player is injured and you bring in someone to replace him, you can only hope that he performs well, if not better in some cases.
Yeah.
Now to some MPFL news, where former Van Dresa FC boss Henry Makinwa and Brazilian tactician Rafael Everton are interested in taking up the El Kanemi job as being in charge as the coach. El Kanemi are currently without a manager and they're looking to fill that void as soon as possible. Recall that the team sacked former coach Abubakar Hassan Meizuberu on Thursday after a poor result has left them bottom of Group A of the Nigerian Professional Football League. So for El Kanemi, their return to the NPFL not going quite as planned. The other newcomers at least are doing well, but El Kanemi, still bottom of Group A and looking for a new coach. They let go their coach. That was last week, actually. Well, for Van Dresa boss, Harry Makinwa, someone I know quite well, a very good coach, considering what he did with Van Dresa FC of Lagos, a club where I consider as one of the best run clubs in Nigeria, even though they play at the amateur division. I still wonder why Van Dresa is yet to, make it to the NPFL, because if you see their training facilities, the structure of the club is almost like what you have in Europe, but unfortunately the club has not been able to come into the NPFL. And Makinwa actually, back then as Van Dresa coach, he actually did very well. And so for El Kanemi to be looking out for him, I think that's a plus. Well, for the Brazilian tactician, I don't know much about him, but hopefully he's able to. But it's even interesting, it's even good to know that at least we're even having foreigners and interested in coaching an MPFL side. Yes.
Well, it's a good one, but one thing I want to look at in the economy was a team that just come back from a second division, having get down to relegation, and they fight back hard to end the qualification back to the EPL. And just after a year to going back to another to second division is something that they don't like it to happen. And their decision it clearly shows that they are not happy with the former coach, and nobody will be happy with the coach that the team that is not performing. When you are languishing in the bottom club, in the bottom league of the table, particularly in the season that is still very very short. It's an ability. We were already in the middle of the season, just with nine more matches to go. 9 more matches to go, and we will find the bottom position of the table. So nobody, no club management will take such a situation lightly, and they are quickly prompt to respond. But we hope that the coming of Harry and Raphael will be a perfect one, a perfect combination that will be able to service the team and rescue them from imminent relegation that is stare them in face. But it's clearly that Harry is a good coach, that's what I could say. And even the Rafael, the Brazilian who was formerly with Quara United.
Okay.
So and then let's see how it goes. But we hope that the two of their combination will be able to service the situation in El Kanemi. El Kanemi, we don't want to see El Kanemi return to the second division
because they spent quite a long time in the lower division,
so
and
going back to the second division, almost likely not quite a long time in the lower division. I think they have spent like two seasons in the long two seasons. In the lower divisions, and then pass back 5-5 will pass back almost immediately, and then to go back again, it will not be good. More importantly, that they have a governor that is committed and doing all is one of the best governors that has worked incredibly well in Nigeria, and currently under the current administration is one of the standout governors. And for him, also knowing that the sport is another tools that he can fight the issues in Borno, so he could not like such a situation to happen. And we hope that the Harry, if he is eventually signed the contract with the Rangers side, should be able to survey the situation.
Right, still talking about coaching this time, former Super Eagles head coach Gernot Rohr has signed a 3-year deal with Benin Republic, actually to be their new coach, and he replaces Musa Latunji, who had become the team's caretaker coach since freshman Michael Dussier was dismissed. And Benin Republic, his first game in charge actually will be against Rwanda in the AFCON qualifier actually in March. Recall that during his time as Super Eagles coach, he qualified for Russia 18 and finished, led the team to a third place finish at the 2019 AFCON in Egypt. So once again, Gernot Rohr is back, this time not too far from where he left, just neighboring Benin Republic, and once again, he's back in the saddle again.
Well, we wish Gernot Rohr all the best. It appears that Gernot Rohr is Gernot Rohr and Africa. He has been within Africa from Gabon, from here to Nigeria,
Gabon, Niger, Burkina Faso,
Nigeria, and now to another West African side, Benin Republic, a close neighbor in the Nigerian neighboring country. So we wish him well, but the one thing is that we definitely declare that the areas of star he have in the Super Eagles, he definitely not going to have in the Benin Republic. And remember, the last time he led Nigeria Super Eagles to the Benin Republic, he clearly beat the team in Porto. So we wish him well, and we hope that some of the controversies and the issue he have with Nigerian football will not happen in Benin. I wish him a successful tenure in Benin Republic.
Yeah, but even beyond that, sometimes Africa, especially the way there are some of these, European journeymen who come into Africa, and some of them for many years they just keep hovering around, and different countries just keep recycling them. Sometimes you wonder what criteria these teams use, because I expect that maybe you check their records. Because for me, if you have checked, all the countries Gernot Rohr has been in charge, and you can't really put your hand and say this was, his achievement as a coach, from Nigeria to Niger to all of these countries, maybe qualifying Nigeria for the World Cup. I mean, that is expected. Nigerian coaches have done that over and over again. So sometimes you wonder what these African countries are looking at for. Is it just because, okay, you feel this is a European or what? Because looking at someone like, you can't really say during his time in Africa, this is what he has achieved. For someone like Heber Renard, okay, you can say, okay, he had won the Nations Cup twice. So that's what, for someone like Kenneth Roy, you can't really bring down on his achievement.
I think if I may say, you are unfair to Baradet. If you even bring a Baradet, we are talking about General. Baradet and General are not in the same class. They are different paths. There's a different parallel line that I don't even meet, but they're different paths. But Baradet is high top class coach. He has proved himself severally. And General has the best opportunity in Nigeria to prove himself. And if he cannot succeed in Nigeria, I wonder where he's going to succeed.
Exactly.
It's only Nigeria that he even came closer, not to credit to his tactical prowess, but the fact that the materials
We have
are
materials
there.
here.
The materials are there, so anybody he can succeed. But he was probably because of the in-depth knowledge of the game, he couldn't succeed with it. That's why the stars that are available for him, just like we are currently watching another man who just brought from another failure from Colombia to the on us again. But two things involve what Africans are keep on recycling this European journeymen in Africa. First, these European journeymen, the moment they came into Africa, it's like either they threw away their passport or they can't even trace their roots to where they're coming from. Or another thing that because sometimes they feel they are very more appreciated, very more important because the way we treated them here, we treated them as love. And that is why they feel that is the only way they are welcome and that's the only way they are being appreciated. If not, how many of them people no matter how all the credit, all the South will shout about West Force, but after they left Nigeria, what's their next point of job? No, several of them who came to Africa after level what is their next point of job? No. So they are because they know that they are being appreciated Africa, so they keep on moving around looking for jobs within Africa. And that's where they can find out. They can't go to even the second division in club in Europe. They can't book it. They can't book it. And at the same time, nothing that because African don't even appreciate themselves and feel that because I feel that they have a journeyman within the continent of Africa who they can play with.
Exactly.
Get it employed and at the same time play also the deal. The corruption is also involved here where we have a coach that is ready to play a deal with you because that is why we keep on going within those Africa or those coaches, the European coaches who are never ready to make any meaningful impact in Africa. Who don't ever even have anything to make in Africa. So I've said several times that Africa should begin to look inward.
Exactly.
And several examples have even proved to that tendency that we should need to look inward. If you look at the last Nations Cup, the current African champion is coached by a African coach, and he won the African. Despite how many we have several about 9 foreign coaches who are at the last Nations Cup, but none of them.
Exactly.
Even the Egypt that managed to get to the final still lost to African coach. Okay, at the last World Cup. Thank God at the last World Cup, most of all the teams that went to the World Cup were managed by the African coach. And it's clear that and we have an African team, an African coach who take the country to the. If you look at the coach that were all out of the 32 teams that were at the World Cup, if you have to rank them based on their performance, it's clear so that the Moroccan coach come fourth. Is came fourth. So and an African coach. So these are some positive examples that we need to look and begin to look into ourselves. All we need to do is to invest on our coaches. If it means send them abroad to go out and study some of the best coaches in the world. There's nothing wrong with Nigeria Football Federation. For instance, picking somebody like Emmanuel Munigera, you have the idea of giving a job or not, but picking him or the like of Gonzalez Yusuf, who is one of their favorite sons. So and several others, send him to go out and study Pep Guardiola. You can sign a contract with Man U, with Manchester City. I'm sorry, with Manchester City. Okay, we want to have this coach under your care for the next 2 years, for the next 2 seasons. Several of them, or Ancelotti, or Mourinho, or any other coach, instead of the money you are bringing to sign all these job men who doesn't have anything to improve, it's enough for you to send Nigerian coach for other study in Europe and other study big coach in Europe, and then come here to impart on our football.
Very well. All right, we'll quickly go on the break, and when we return, Sport Orbit continues. Don't go nowhere.
For sponsorship and advert placements, please contact 080-3688-6158. Last Word Leadership Podcast Studio. You have the last word.
Sports Orbit. We make the world go round.
All right, welcome back from that break. It's still Sports Orbit. Now, to our next story, where 100 athletes will represent Nigeria at the 2023 World University Games that will take place in Chengdu, China. And these athletes will, participate in 7 disciplines, which include track and field, swimming, badminton, judo, taekwondo, table tennis, and tennis. The selection process is usually highly competitive, with only the best athletes expected to make the cut. Those who eventually make it will be given the opportunity to compete against the best student athletes from around the world. And for this competition, it is hoped that Nigeria will not only participate but also excel at the World University Games. So I think nice one coming from Nigeria. The 100 athletes is almost, they call this, the university or the student Olympics, if you may, and this is another opportunity for Nigeria to participate, and I think still presents another opportunity for more talents to, be discovered, in such events like this.
Yeah, it's a good one, and we hope that we'll be able to make the best opportunity. It's all about going there to win.
Yeah.
But it's an opportunity for those athletes who get exposure and then prepare them for a bigger competitions.
Very well. Right, to some other news now, tennis now for Novak Djokovic. Usually just surpassed Steffi Graf's record of most weeks as world number 1. He has spent a total of 378 weeks at the top of the men's ranking. He has held the major record as most, for most weeks at number 1 since March 2021. Quite a long stretch. And for Germany's Graf, who won 22 Grand Slam titles, she rose to the top of the women's ranking in 1987 and initially remained for 186 consecutive weeks. Then for Djokovic, who returned to world number 1 for the first time in 6 months by winning the Australian Open in January, first topped the rankings in July 2011. And since then, he has managed a best run of 122 consecutive weeks at the top between July 2014 and November 2016. For that record, he currently still trails Roger Federer, who spent 237 weeks, Jimmy Connors 160, and Ivan Lendl 157. But congratulations to him. No mean feat, being number 1 since March 2021 till this time. It's not an easy feat. Yeah, Inter at a point Medvedev took over, but cumulatively he has been number 1 since March 2021 up till this point. So when you add up the weeks all together, he has spent the longest week within this period as world number 1.
Yeah, congratulations. Djokovic is out to cancel all record. Yeah, with the age still on his side, definitely he is going to cancel most of the recording in the game of tennis. and begin to set all the record on his own. And now he has equal all the Grand Slam title, currently on the same equal title with the Grand Slam with Nadal. And there is US Open is coming, and it look likely the favorite if US eventually grant him the permission to go to the to go and play because of the vaccination issue. So congratulations to him, and we wish him all the best.
Yeah, I mean, what more can you say about Djokovic? Climbing steadily and achieving that feat is no mean feat. Down to some other matters. Of course, the FIFA World Best Award, took place last night, but for Real Madrid, they actually boycotted the award. And according to Madrid, was that their player Vinicius Junior was not among the FIFA Best 11, and as a result of that, they actually did not attend that event. And well, they said for Madrid, these are not the first time they will be, boycotting this award. For example, in the 2011 Ballon d'Or award, they also were absent. Also in 2018, also they were also absent, and for 2011, they were absent because they felt Ronaldo should have won the best player that year, but he didn't. Same for previous years. But for Madrid, I think they could just have a point. Vinicius Junior, given what he played in the last couple of seasons, you expect that at least in FIFA 11 he should at least get a mention.
Well, in my own view, I don't sometimes in as much as look at this first 11s are being selected by selection of by voting by several journalists and several technical experts by voting, and several factors will come into play. Because me and you as an alpha, if you're asking if there's a debate between me and you now to pick between Messi and Mbappe, who do you pick? You have your preference. I have my preference. So sometimes I don't really agree.
Exactly, because individual teams will come into play.
So I didn't agree that it's a true reflection of what would definitely be. But if you're asking a particular coach to pick the first 11 of the world, different coaches will give you their different first 11. So it's just something I don't see that it's something that they should be so much worried or so much pains about it. And another thing that if you look at this FIFA World Players of the FIFA Award, the Ballon d'Or has done a lot of damage to this situation, and I think that I'll be happy to see a situation whereby FIFA and the Ballon d'Or have to agree to cement this thing together. If to cement this thing together, or probably. And the Ballon d'Or is like leadership award for this. When the leadership doesn't give leadership person, the sport person of the year, that's what Ballon d'Or. But at the end of the day, when FIFA agrees the first initiative to collapse it together, so now FIFA now pull it back. It's not affecting the situation. Do you believe that FIFA World Best happened yesterday? That a whole lot of people are not even aware of the situation. And this was dead, unlike what it's supposed to be. So. And you can be wrong that Messi is winning this award for the second time. Why we are seeing if you ask ordinary several football fans, they will tell that Messi have won World Best 7 times. But by FIFA record, he's winning FIFA World Best for the second time. The same thing with Ronaldo. So I think that has really affecting the hype of this Ballon d'Or, of this award.
I think the issue is, of course, the Ballon d'Or started many years ago. So for them, it has become over the years, become like the standard.
No, it's like I think FIFA World Players started before. Then when the Ballon d'Or comes, they now.
No, it used to. It has always been the Ballon d'Or. The Ballon d'Or has existed, of course, organized by L'Equipe. The Ballon d'Or has always been there before FIFA was. So FIFA wanted to merge it. So I think they tried for a while, but I think some disagreements came in and FIFA had to pull out and now
probably from the revenue share from
definitely it's always about no, but I mean this kind of issues you always know that money
is about sharing formulas about the broadcasting right.
Yes, exactly. One way or the other, money will always have something to do with it. Anyway, still some World Best Award, of course, and Messi
doesn't
was...
take any away from the fact that Messi was enjoyed the best.
No,
rather,
I mean, yes, and
he clearly
of course,
deserved
named the award yesterday, yes, exactly.
since the FIFA World Cup, the national team competitions play a role.
Very well.
In that selection.
Of course, Messi came first, while Kylian Mbappe was second, and Karim Benzema came third. While for other ones, like best coach went to the Argentine coach Lionel Scaloni, while the other ones for fair play went to Luka Lukovic. Then the Puskás, our best goalkeeper to Martinez, of course, the Argentine goalkeeper, and of course, a lot of this time once you get to the final, you have the opportunity of
if you look at the performance at the World Cup, the Moroccan keeper was outstanding. Keeper. To me, it was a big success.
Exactly.
The fact that he don't get to the final, but if you put him side by side with Martinez, Martinez was a good penalty saver. The Moroccan side, remember, also saved a penalty against the
well.
So it was a fantastic goalkeeper. But the fact that he don't get to the final, if not, to me, if I'm a coach, I have to pick between the keeper. I think Moroccan goalkeeper, fantastic, as number one compared to Martinez. And like I was telling you about this, FIFA and Ballon d'Or need to come into this to look at this properly, because it's undervaluing the estimate of the world best. Currently, Karim Benzema is holding Ballon d'Or, and this one is holding FIFA world FIFA best. Before, what we want to have only one world best. So it's clearly this discrepancy. They need to understand. FIFA is a football governing body. If there's anything they can do, and since the Ballon d'Or organizations have been able to have this thing, and there's no how you can cancel it now. But they still have to manage their incompetence or their difference together to ensure that we have one best as the world best players.
Exactly. I mean, I completely agree with you. Anyway, before we leave, some FA Cup matches will go down today. If we have those fixtures, I know Man City will be in action against Bristol City. Later on today, it will be Fulham against Leeds United, Leicester City against Blackburn Rovers, while Stoke City will be up against Brighton. So I think for Fulham, Leeds, that will only be the match where two Premier League in the FA Cup.
That's Leeds and Man City.
No, Leeds and Fulham.
Still Leeds and Man City now. Okay. Oh,
no,
sorry.
Leeds and Fulham. Bristol City.
Sorry, I'm looking at it. Sorry, I'm sorry. Please, sorry for that. Mix up. Yes, Leeds and Fulham. And then that is a Premier League there, Premier League clash. Then Bristol with City with Man City, and then Leicester with the Blackburn. Well, fantastic clash.
Yeah. Right, these matches come up to 8:15, 8:45, 8:30, and 9 p.m. So we'll keep an eye on these ones tomorrow. Hopefully, we'll give you results of the match and tomorrow's fixtures. Also, with that, we call it a day on today's episode of Sports Orbit. Salifu, thank you for being in the studio once again.
Thank you.
All right, until come your way tomorrow again, 4 p.m. It is. My name is Afacho. Do stay safe out there, and it's bye for now.
Thank you for watching. For sponsorship and advert placements, please contact 080-3688-6158. Last Word Leadership Podcast Studio. You have the last word.